I don't think people understand this. The you know what's old school is old school. I'm an old school kind of guy. So I do my cone drills, then I do those
Yeah.
drills without the cones or whatever. But I know those cone drills are gonna match when I take them cones out because in their mind, they already got a face on that individual that they're
Yeah.
finna face. And so it's a balance, but I think a lot of people want to get away from the old school, so they try to invent something new, but they don't understand. What worked is what's always gonna work. You can't
Okay.
get away from that.
So you're gonna always use your cones.
Always.
And what would you say is the biggest benefit?
I think it's the intensity because
Yeah.
I make kids go intense cone to
And
cone.
they be going at them cones.
Listen, I make them go intense. So I build the intensity. And so there they find how to go hard, how to work hard, and how to look at things in a different way. And so that's why I do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not changing. I had a Lithuanian coach, a Yugoslavian coach, I had a Russian coach, I've had a French coach. All of them use cones.
Yeah. So Zaja Green?
Don't use cones.
I mean, see, it's a lot of trainers, right? It's
Yeah.
a lot of trainers. Everybody wants to train.
Yes.
Everybody thinks they can train. How can these parents understand what trainer they should go to?
Well, as we discussed, I always say ask questions.
Yeah.
We ask questions about everything else but trainers.
What questions should they ask?
Who have you produced? What level of kids are leaving your program going to play where? What schools? Name me a kid that's been here. Name me a kid that's been
Yeah.
there. How long have you been training? That plays a role in what you done produce.
Right.
Because I can't say what you done produce if you just been training a month. If you've been training 3 months, if
Yeah.
you've been training 5 months, you've been training a year, you haven't really produced nothing yet.
So does that mean they shouldn't go to that trainer?
No,
Or-
I'm not
okay.
saying that.
Okay.
But I'm asking the questions of what a trainer can respond to them to give them a chance to be who they are or what they're doing. But if you're an OG in the game and you done been around a long time and you can't answer them questions, then that's your answer.
Yeah.
You know, it's just simple as that. You know, as simple as that, because there's a lot of young and up-and-coming trainers that's doing a great job, and they probably haven't produced nothing yet, but they're gonna produce something with time.
Yeah.
You know, and ask questions as far as what is your goal for my kid?
Yeah.
What do you see for my kid? So evaluation-wise, if you done ran through a training, any parent could tell you right now, I can tell them about their kid when they leave out that door.
Do you believe in group or private?
I love group. My kids was raised up in group. I don't isolate kids till you become elite.
What's elite?
Elite is knowing that you are playing college ball.
Okay.
You know you're going to play college ball. I'm going to say it like that.
Yeah.
You know without a certain doubt you finna play college ball.
So that's so other than that, they should always be in group?
I ain't saying it should always be. It could be small group.
Okay.
It could be a larger group. It could be whatever. But the younger ages, I feel like they get more out of being around kids like them.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a little bit better than somebody. Maybe you're a little bit lesser than somebody. So it makes you have an achievement that like I got kids now that be like, I want to be like little Zoe.
Yeah.
I want to be like such and such. Like, and they're in that level, they're in there, but they got an achievement to get to where those kids are. So it gives you a gauge.
Yeah.
You know?
I watch a lot of your videos and I see an age difference, right? I'll see some younger kids and there was older kids. Can you kind of talk about that? Because some people will say they like to only trade by grade. All the 7th graders should be together or all the whatever. But I see a mix.
Let me, elite is elite.
Yeah, I don't care if you're in the 3rd grade or the
Lil
6th.
Z was training with the older kids when he was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Because he was an elite 5th grade kid. I wanted to make him feel like he was special.
Yeah.
Any kid that come to me and they show me they special, they're gonna get moved up.
Okay.
Like I want to show them, like you got potential to be something really special. And I want to challenge them because the basic grassroots drills is not gonna challenge them. If they got the fundamentals already down, I graduate them.
Yeah.
I don't graduate you if you ain't got the fundamentals down. You got to come to grassroots.
Yeah.
Now, I let some kids do grassroots and advance because they're close.
Got it.
And so I want to give them a taste of what the difference looks like. So they go to grassroots at 7 o'clock and they get done at 8, get a water break.
And they
They come back at 8 and they be looking at their mom and daddy like, ooh, this is going, we done went up another level now.
Yeah.
And so they messing up in drills and it's okay with me. But I'm showing them this is why we doing this at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because you got to graduate to where you can get through these drills without messing up like you messing up. So that's my aspect of it.
Yeah. Z, how do these parents balance training, AAU practice, sports performance practice, and anything else they got? How do they balance all of that?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's so much been added into the game. Like, I was lucky to have Zay at Duncanville. Coach Self did a great job with swim.
Shout out to Coach Self.
Shout out to Coach Self.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about a strength and conditioning program. I didn't have to worry about
that's a conversation right there.
Yes. I didn't have. Coach Self called me and said, you know, I bought your high school coach's strength and conditioning program. My high school coach, David Milson at City Hill.
Yeah.
So I knew Zay was in great hands when she told me that. I was like, well, you finna be doing what I did in high school. You finna get strong. You finna get right. You finna do everything. So I think every high school don't have that.
They
though.
don't.
So now you got to go get this coach and this coach and this coach and this coach. And so your days are so long. They're so long and kids don't get no rest and kids just tired and they're fatigued because you're trying to add all this. So what I give parents is this. What is your kid's weakness? You know, if the high school coach got you on a weight program and they are getting some lifting in, like some kind of program in, you know, where they getting some lifting in, what is their weaknesses?
Yeah.
Let's exploit their weaknesses. So that way you don't have to do all of that. Now, if you see them struggling with strength and conditioning or you see them struggling with skill set, or if you see them struggling, you just got to gauge that as a parent.
Yeah.
You got to
Find
gauge that
what
as a parent.
what they need improvement in.
And what they need,
yeah.
they really need improvement in.
Yeah.
And exploit
That's
that.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, you done seen this from every angle, right? From being a parent to training to coaching. Why did you get out of AAU? Like, why did you stop coaching?
I got out of AAU basically because parents changed.
Ooh.
They changed. So me being who I am, I'm an old school
Even
guy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah.
out, but cut you off because
Yeah.
you was coaching like EYBL.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
coaching
yeah,
at the
yeah,
highest level.
yeah.
Those parents are even different.
Well, everybody wants to be 17U EYBL. And maybe you're not ready for that
Yeah.
because I know what it looked like.
Yeah.
I saw Kennedy.
Yeah.
I saw Lexus. I saw kids at an early age. They want their kids at an early age to play 17s.
Yeah. I feel like once they get to high school, it's like, oh, since I think parents think
Yeah.
because I played varsity as a freshman, I need to play 17 AAU.
Yes. And me being in the game so long, watching Lex in the 8th grade playing 17s, watching Juicy in the 8th grade playing 17s, watching Kennedy in the 8th grade playing 17s. Let me tell you something. I know what it looked like when
Yeah.
you're ready to play that level of ball. These kids are not ready. If you're not even MVP of your district, first team, some of these kids not even first team in their district, and they want to play 17s.
Yeah.
Like, that tells you where you are. And like, I think it kind of frustrated me with where everybody was going with basketball, like
Yeah.
rushing the process instead of being patient.
Yeah. Why do you think that though? Why do you think so many parents are in a hurry to get the offer, in a hurry to play 17s, in a hurry to do all these different things?
Social media.
Yeah.
They compare their kids to such and such. Like, that's one thing we've never done in our house. We never compared ourselves to this girl and this boy and that boy. My kids don't know nothing about that. We getting it out the mud. We worry about ourselves, but parents compare themselves. They even compare themselves to the teammate that gets to shoot all the shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a different style of parenting now. It really is. I hate to say that, but it is. Nobody is real honest with their kids no more. You might be the first person to tell a kid, nah, you ain't D1. You
And
might
they gonna
be,
say you don't believe in them.
no, they're not saying that. You might be you D2, NAIA. You say that, oh, it's over with.
That's what I'm saying. They gonna think that you don't believe
Yeah,
in
exactly,
them. Or,
exactly.
Yeah.
You just giving them a real evaluation of what you see on a day-to-day basis. This is what I see.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on you. I'm just telling you what I see.
Yeah.
And it's a real evaluation, but parents don't accept that.
Yeah. I want to talk to the parents who do. I want to talk to the parents who just really don't know what level their kid is, and they want to know. How can parents understand? Because I feel like even on this podcast, a lot of the college coaches, they talk about that a lot. They talk about fit, they talk about level, all these different things. But if there's a parent who don't have basketball experience, how do they know what level their kid is?
Can I say something, be honest?
Uh-huh.
The letters that come in the mailbox
That's a fact.
is the level of kid
Well, hold
that
on, hold
you
on, hold
are.
on, hold
If
on.
you're playing in front of those
Yeah,
people.
and I do want to say,
Okay.
because a lot of these parents would think, like some of those letters is just, that's going out to everybody.
No, I'm saying a letter with your name on
Handwritten.
it. Handwritten. That say, hey, baby girl,
Yeah.
baby boy, I want you, and listen, I love your game, and it might be a D2.
Yeah.
And it might be an NAIA. If you're getting a bunch of those type of letters,
Yeah.
that's the letter you are. I mean, that's the level you are.
I feel that.
And if you're getting a bunch of big time letters, that's the level you are.
Right.
It just, they're not far off.
Right.
Every once in a while, yeah, they miss.
Yeah.
They miss on a kid. Every once in a while, they miss on a kid about the ability that they can play at. But they're not far off.
Right. And I'm gonna even add from the letter handwritten, because again,
Yeah, handwritten.
some of those letters you get, that's just a mass.
Yeah,
The questionnaires.
The one that went to everybody in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not those.
Not those.
And
yeah.
even the conversations. Like if you got, I'll have so many parents that'll be like, oh, my kid isn't getting recruited. And they got so many JUCOs talking to them. And I'm like, they are getting recruited.
Yeah.
Like, that might be the level. And I even want to go before that, because I have a lot of parents that watch this that's 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, and they want to make sure they putting their kid in the right situation. Do they even need to be focused on what level they at?
No.
Yeah.
Not at that early age. Nobody's offering a 7th and 8th grade anymore.
Can you say that again?
Nobody is offering a 7th and 8th grader anymore. Nobody. That day and age is gone.
Yeah.
So until you're a junior and senior, that's the only time you need to be concerned about all of that. Like I try to tell parents and kids that, but they still not believing me.
Yeah.